Now coming closer to Kriya University and also therefore to the communities that adjoin the Kriya University campus. There are social initiatives whose effects will be immediately visible in the short run, whether it is the provision of drinking water, whether it is the construction of a school or toilets, etc. But what Read India has dedicated itself to, in my opinion, is much more commendable, is much more transformative, and its effect will serve not just the current generation but future generations to come. Because a society that is not knowledgeable, that is not aware, cannot sustain itself and also cannot sustain economic development and social well-being. And more importantly, empowerment doesn't come only through provision of constitutional rights to people. Empowerment comes with knowledge, empowerment comes with awareness, philosophically as well as in a practical sense, and empowerment comes with being able to articulate what you know and be able to influence and persuade others. But all this has to start with being informed. And therefore, Read India's initiative to take knowledge to communities, to women and children who may not have access to them readily within manageable distances and in a technologically appropriate format, etc. So I think this is an extremely wonderful initiative, and I'm very happy that Dr. Rangashri Kishore has managed to bring you all, invite you all, and have your presence in the Kriya University campus. Thank you, Dr. Rangashri, for that. And regarding all of you, I welcome you to the campus, and in a sense, it is very important that so-called, as they say, in the social space, caregivers have to be extremely capable and confident. So in some sense, you're all caregivers. If the right language is to be used in the social context, you are caregivers and you are the know-how providers, if I use the technological phrase. So therefore, for you to be equipped to be able to help others is a very important step in keeping this process going. Because it is one thing to start this initiative, but if the people who provide the services are not well equipped, then the initiative will fade away after some point in time. And what I liked about the Read India, I went through the mission statement and the activities, etc. last evening after Dr. Rangashri told me about this event this morning. What I liked about the mission statement was Read India says after some time it will withdraw from the community and leave it to the community to run these initiatives. That's the key, because in fact it's always been my personal pet view that social interventions and social organizations must have a sunset clause for their interventions, and in fact even for themselves. If they continue to perpetuate themselves, then the problem has not been addressed. That's what it means. If the underlying issue is addressed, the intervention must stop at some point, and the community and the people must warn them, and therefore the organization must actually wind itself up. That is this, in fact, a successful winding down of an organization is a sign of its success, in my view. So in that sense, I was very happy that Read India was aware of this, that it should withdraw. It cannot be there permanently guiding people. The people must start owning it. And for them to own, the community to own this, then the community people have to be trained. And that is why I think this is an excellent initiative that all of you have come forward, and you are going to be able to pick up the skills of what it means to manage a library, what it means to keep it growing, what it means to be aware yourself of the changing trends in learning, in reading, what kind of knowledge and what kind of new skills and developments are happening in various fields, social sciences, law, governance, technology, in many different areas. You must be not only aware of books that are coming out in English, but also be aware of books coming in local languages, and may even be able to take the initiative to translate some of these books into local languages so that your community can access those books, that knowledge, because not everything needs to be written and read in English. In fact, the lack of knowledge of English shouldn't either be a disqualification or a disadvantage. Most countries of East Asia grew based only on their local language. So you can actually gather feedback from your own community people, understand their strengths and their preferences, and also what they need to maintain a dignified living, and also to be able to grow both intellectually as well as professionally, and therefore what kinds of books and other interventions that they would need, etc. So I think all these things are now going to happen with this initiative. These are all the effects and the consequences that I foresee, and that makes me feel very excited and optimistic about this initiative. So I'm very glad that this initiative is taking off as of today. And I once again thank Dr. Rangashri for this initiative. She has been an untiring social volunteer in some sense, amidst all her other responsibilities and commitment of building a library from scratch, so to speak, for the entire Priya University. Although we had a library for the business school, but building one for the entire university is not easy. Her past experience, of course, stands her in good stead, but amidst all of that, she finds time to make sure that in whatever way she can contribute to the community around her place of work. And that I think extremely commendable and also inspirational for all of us. I thank my colleagues Balagopal and others who have come here for this inaugural function, and once again I wish you all the very best in this initiative, and I hope you grow intellectually and your community members also grow intellectually and also prosper economically, because for ordinary people, knowledge initially to start with is a means, is an instrument for economic progress. For them, spiritual progress or intellectual progress come later. Hopefully, this is just the beginning. Thank you very much.